Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again today, people. Today we're here for Bakuage Sentai BoonBoomger episode 9. In this episode we get some backstory, and it's not really that much to say. It's not really that much. I mean, there are some questions and stuff that I kind of have, and you know, we still got some more backstory to do with the Sashiro and some and even Genba himself, but we still got some other stuff that's gonna happen later on down the line. And with this episode we kind of got BoonBoom's little backstory, stuff like that, and we find out what the BBG is, the Grand Prix, and we still don't know where Taya kind of came from. He was just kind of passing through, but in this episode we see that Taya is all hurt and stuff like that, and we get like and we see that ISA girl basically tells them that, hey, because of our recent attack, we are going to disband the BoonBoomger because of what Taya's like dream is, and his dream is to like basically be in this be in the Grand Prix, and they don't see that as like a reason to keep you guys around. So it's weird. It's weird. We see that Mira and Joe have basically just like, they feel used, you know, they feel like they feel like they're not really valued and things like that. And it seems like Genba and Sashiro kind of knew, and then we get some friction between the team and stuff like that. It kind of, they had some drama going on, like people were mad, there was emotions brewing and things like that. And you see that the ISA decided to disband the BoonBoomger because of, you know, the reasons of why they are BoonBoomger at all, and they're realizing that their prior, you know, main objective is not to defend the earth from alien invaders. So they're just like, nah, you're gonna confiscate all your stuff, and we're gonna disband you guys. So they decide, no, we're not doing that. You can't do that. So we get a full BoonBoom gives like a full detailed like backstory on like how he got to earth and how he met Taya and things like that. We see that BoonBoom actually participated in the BBG, and because he was in it, he did something and his license got revoked and he couldn't race anymore. So he basically wandered the universe, and when he wandered the universe, he essentially landed on Earth. He crash landed on Earth, and he was like really like dizzy and stuff like that from what, you know, from landing headfirst on the planet. And we see that Taya was there. Taya was basically just like, I guess he was driving past or something like that, and we see that he actually finds BoonBoom and actually brings him back to his garage and actually fixes him up. So then when he fixes up BoonBoom, like BoonBoom tells him what happened to him, and then Taya gets real excited. He gets real excited about, like, you know, being in this race and helping BoonBoom, you know, fulfill his dream. You know, he feels really good about it, so he decides to help BoonBoom. So the whole dream of like being in the Grand Prix isn't Taya's dream. Well, now it is, but at first it wasn't Taya's dream, it was BoonBoom's dream. So that's when they actually started to after he decided to help BoonBoom, that's when they actually started to develop all the BoonBoom cars, and each BoonBoom car is basically just designed to help them in the Grand Prix. I guess that's why multiple BoonBoom cars have different powers and things like that, and still doesn't explain why they're able to combine together, I guess. But let's yeah, so when they figure all this out, you know, everybody kind of gets like and they see how BoonBoom is the only one, or really like the only one that's like speaking out in, you know, agreeance with Taya, or defending Taya, because of like how much he actually hit this, how much he's this, you know, work and dedication, you know, stuff he's put in to help BoonBoom. So he's like, yeah, I feel like, no, I'm not gonna give up and stuff like that. He's the only one, like, he really trying to help me with my dream, so I'm not gonna give up on him. He's my friend and stuff like that. So everybody kind of gets like a change of heart, you know, like Genba and Sashiro, they're kind of like neutral about the whole thing, because they kind of already knew. But then the other three, they're kind of like pissed off because, you know, they, like I said before, they feel used. So in the background we see that Mad Rex is pissed, and he's just going around throwing this big ass temper tantrum. Also, still no monster of the week for this episode either, so our main guy we're fighting this time is Mad Rex. So we see that Taya wakes up And when he wakes up, he's all beat up and he's hurt and stuff. He ends up going to Boon Boon, talking to him about, how are the Boom Boom cars repaired and things like that. And he's like, yeah. And then he talks to ISA girl, and she says that, oh, they're already deployed, they're already out there. So he sees on the monitor that everybody is out there right now fighting Mad Rex, and they're getting their butts kicked, and they're trying everything they can, but it just proves how much stronger Taya is, I guess, because he's the only one that's he's the only one that's been able to fight Mad Rex off rip, by himself. So he sees that everybody's fighting Mad Rex and stuff like that. They're getting their butts kicked. They end up getting knocked back into their civilian forms, and then that's when Taya himself shows up, and Taya's like, hey, let's go ahead and finish this, man, one-on-one. And then like everybody's like, nah, what you doing? Nah, like I didn't give the wheel to you. Like Mira's like, I didn't give the wheel to you. I didn't do that. I'm gonna, I'm still in this fight. Everybody kind of gets like their second wind. They kind of have their own reasons for being in the BoonBoomger, except for Genba's like, I just got here, just like I just got here, and Sashiro was just like, he didn't really have one. He just like, don't leave me behind next time. So everybody gets back up, everybody hinges up. We end up fighting Mad Rex. We see that they're able to get the upper hand on Mad Rex, and we end up seeing that he ends up grabbing Yadu Yadu again, because Yadu Yadu was like really scared and he was hurt and stuff like that. He was, because of how much Mad Rex had to squeeze the life out of him for the gas line last episode, so he doesn't want to get squished in. But this time Mad Rex ends up squishing Yadu Yadu again, and he ends up growing to a massive size. So that's when we get into our mecha fight, and we get introduced to our new mech form. Our new mech form, which is essentially just like a new head, but it's like a racing. I guess it's like when Taya's car takes over, I guess, because it's not essentially like a new car. It's basically just Taya's car. So he ends up they end up using this new form. It's red, like a fire form, like a fire sword kind of form. They end up using this form, and they actually end up destroying Mad Rex. And I kind of didn't like that. I was kind of hoping Mad Rex would stay around a little bit longer. I mean, we kind of do. I mean, I understand why, because we kind of had to get rid of him anyway, just to basically get back to the whole Monster of the Week format. And we've had this thing before with like a Red Ranger having like a frenemy or a rivalry with a enemy. We've had this type of thing before, and he's been in mad episodes. Like he's been in a few episodes, so it's like him getting took out right then, I understand why, but I kind of wish Mad Rex was still around. I kind of wish they didn't kill him. Man, his last words was like, oh, well, you may have beat me, but you'll never beat the boss. And now that he has been destroyed, this is most likely gonna get back to the head honcho, the big dude, and he's probably gonna send even more people, or probably gonna make plans to come himself, because you basically like killed one of his top guys. So man, it leaves it open for us to meet other members of this mob boss family that we got going on with the Hashira Artisans. So I can't wait to see who's the next big bad, who's the next general, who's the next mobster in the family that's gonna come over to Earth and being like, hey, y'all beat Mad Rex, what's up? Come try and beat me. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting to see like other members of this big mob boss type of family. Maybe we'll end up fighting a bunch of mobsters or more like a bunch of other head honchos in this mob boss family, and I'm really looking forward to that, seeing these other people. I can't wait. I'm ready to see I'm ready to see a female. I'm ready to see like a top dog female from this mob family. I'm ready to see that. I feel like that might come next. But yeah, our three idiots really don't really pose like a big threat, really. So it's like we're gonna go back to the status quo, and next episode seems like it's gonna be Genba's like little adventure of him trying to deliver something himself for the first time. But yeah, we get back to everybody's cool and everything. We see that Taya, he still beat the hell up, because he was beat up. and he talks with ISA girl, and she basically tells him like, yeah, the ISA rescinded, what they were talking about. He's like, can I thank you for that? She's like, nah, not really, no. And she looks to the side like, yeah, like, come on, homie, like, you said something to them to make them not do what they're finna do. But yeah, everybody's cool. He says thank you to everyone, and that's the end of the episode. So this episode was cool. My only gripe is that they killed Bad Rex. I didn't really see my boy. I was hoping my boy was gonna last at least to episode 10, but we gotta get back to the status quo. We gotta get back to the Monster of the Week format, because basically he was like the Monster of the Week in some of these episodes. If he wasn't creating a monster, he was the one that they were fighting. So yeah, but other than that, this was dope. I like this episode, man. I like this episode. Like I said, my only gripe is that they killed Mad Rex. Not really much happened. I'm glad we got some backstory on Boom Boom, and like where we don't know exactly where he comes from, but we know that he was a racer in the BBG. So maybe we'll see some other BBG racers if we get to that point. And I like the dynamic of him and Taya, how him and Taya met. I still want to know, where was Taya coming from? Was he coming from home? Was he on a night drive or whatever? Because this was out in the dirt path. It wasn't really a real road out there like that. So, but yeah, we still don't know much about Taya. We still don't really know much about Taya, but why is he so rich and stuff like that? But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get there. But other than that, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know all your thoughts about this episode down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later, and remember, as I always say, stay henshin'.